So I recorded like an hour and a half of gameplay footage on this, and then when I was done, I hit stop, and my screen said now recording, and I was like, that's not possible because I hit the screen record, and it said now recording. And I went to my folder, and sure enough, there was a file, but it was 3 seconds long. I don't know why my software decided to only record for 3 seconds and then stop. So, yeah, I had like an hour and a half of gameplay of this new update, and I was absolutely blown away by it. And it sucks that I'm not going to be able to share you my original reactions to this. But the cool thing is I'm going to be able to go through this update a little bit quicker, because I hadn't played it in so long anyway. I was fumbling around like a moron for a minute anyway. But there are a couple, I found there's a couple glitches, and I don't know if it's because of glitches due to the update or if it's because I'm playing an old game, because this is the game I played when I first started this channel back in December. So, yeah. Anyway. Let's get into some Sunken Engine and go over some of the cool features of this new update, because this loading screen is actually not what you think it is, but yeah, it's pretty cool. So let's go ahead and get into this. Alright, so I'm down here in my basement, and it's because I just got this new mask. That's really cool. That will actually improve your fishing, but I like the way that I have my altar set up right now, so I'm not going to use it at the moment. I am, however, going to save my sanity. Let's go up here. I had just finished a haunted ship. As you can see, I've done some redecorating because they changed a lot of the decorating and got rid of some stuff and added some new stuff. As you can see, the Necronomicon symbol here, which is pretty cool. You now get all of your ships via the radio. Your ship repair jobs via the radio. You don't have a fax anymore. As you can see up here, you just have an open room now. Which is kind of cool, because now it's quicker to go back and forth between selling stuff and, you know, going to get your ship jobs. Here you have your table still. It seems that a new fear event is that this radio will just randomly cut on. Let me cut on my light. The bazaar is still the same here. I got pearls, oysters, and starfish. They changed away from the trays. You now have these bags that you get, which is interesting. As you can see, there's, again, no shelving here. Everything is actually right in your bag inventory now, which is really cool. So, and check this out. Haha, so you can now dive, which is a really cool feature. I haven't really explored much. Underwater geysers can provide oxygen if you stay in the bubble. Oh, that's neato. Oh, that's a light. Okay. Is that the, Oh, yeah, it is. There we go. Now I have oxygen. So I've only dove underwater for the express purpose of working on a ship. Let's see. The ink is running. I know, still I am writing. Our arrival at the port of has been delayed. The cargo is intact. The crew. Don't worry. I will call you as soon as I return home, I promise. Page Torn, I love you. So that's kind of cool. I'm gonna run out of oxygen. Rise. There we go. See, I didn't turn on that radio. And there's the Gulsamal. I will finish that later. I will do an episode later where I actually finish the Gulsamal. I actually really like it because it gives a whole new... Oh, that's an invisible wall. It gives a whole new level of interaction to this game, and I'll talk about that later. I want to actually get onto some other stuff, like how they completely changed up the fishing. You can fish anywhere, as you can see now, and this reminds me more. This fishing style reminds me more of whoop, didn't mean to. It reminds me more of how... I can't remember the name of it. It was a game that I saw Grillmaster play. Having no luck here, so we're going to put this up and I'm going to show you this place because this is new. If we come here... Oh, nope. This is the wrong place. This place was this like kind of town center. This place was really cool during the Christmas event. I know I still have to edit that video. I'll get that out. We'll do like Christmas in August kind of thing. So this? Yeah, it was this. So I don't know if there's going to be an additional storyline that feeds in here, because that's one thing that this game is missing right now is storyline. I think I already got this. Yeah, you can pause and read if you want to. Whoop, I did not mean to do that. Alright, so let's see if we can't catch something. There we go. Caught a nocturnal whiskerfish. Alright. Alright. Let's go put this out for sale. And then get to sleep so that we can do a couple, ships. You woke up in the darkness. Your room stood in your room stood a shadow stretching to the ceiling. Its eyes glowed red. Your sanity was harmed. Don't care. Yep, there you go. You hear that radio? And that is the sound of a fax coming through or a call. Let's do this one. Let's see if I can catch something real quick. Alright, didn't catch anything. Now I have all of the licenses, obviously, so now I can do the propeller and barnacle scraping underneath and all that stuff, so... Or I should say, I can do the underwater stuff now, which does add a whole new level of, Oh, speaking of which... Oh, nope, this is a propeller issue. So check this out. This will be fun. Alright, so we take out these screws, or bolts, and we remove the old propeller, put in the new one. Interestingly enough, I've never bought any propellers, so this is like the engine repair. It doesn't actually cost you anything other than for the price of the license to be able to do it. There you go. Not done. Oh, I didn't do the last. There was a little piece of trash on there I forgot about. Let's see. We're going to do this one. What do you want? Let's see. You want 19 oysters. You want all of my oysters. Okay. You want 4 and 3. And then you want the whisker. Oh, replace the gearbox. Alright, I haven't done this yet. So, alright, you want the whisker, the vintage, and the... There you go. Give me the money. An exact change. You, sir, are a gentleman. Alright, I gotta adjust my mouse sensitivity there. It's like way, way too squirrely. There we go. You're gonna have to wait, buddy. Oh, it's a wealthy client, damn it. If you don't have exact change, I am gonna kick you. 7. Pearl, flask, and magnifying glass. What am I? Oh, I only had 1 pearl. God. No. Right, there's 4 pearls. Holy crap, I wasn't paying attention. Alright, give me your money. You want change after giving me a tip? Holy crap. I wish I could kick you. Alright, so... let's do this real quick. See, is there any... Yep, trash over here. All this trash here. A whole bunch of trash in here. Is that all the trash? Good lord, no. There's a bunch of trash upstairs. Is that all the trash? That's all the trash. So much trash, I thought we were in California. Alright. Alright. Oh, screwed that up. Okay, so that's all that. So the last thing we have to do is the gearbox, which I have not done this before. I'm assuming it's probably just like the propeller. Okay. Yep. Oh, that was fun. So that's something new, you know. Nothing too crazy, but it does. Okay, nothing there yet. It does. Oh, I hate using WASD. It's so unnatural. Starfish. Okay, there you go. And you want change because you're a horrible person. Get the hell out of my shop. Oh, no, 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 no. Back. We're doing this one. Oh, yes. Oh, there we go. But yeah, I love the fact that this game offers so much variety that, you know, it just... 3. I mean, there's so many different aspects to the game that it just kind of gives you a lot of different stuff to explore and experience, so that it's engaging, you know, because you have the ship maintenance aspect, which is always fun, and they've added a bunch of new stuff to it, and there's a bunch of different ships, and there's a lot of variety onto what services you're going to do for the ship. They streamlined a lot of stuff to make it more engaging, so you can get more accomplished, and you're not as, say, overwhelmed with a lot of managing things. You know, you can actually just get to work, which is really cool. They've added some new areas, like that one area where we can go fishing in. I don't know if... And the town center. I miss the jazz. I really do. I do not like the new level update. That's really the only thing that's honestly missing is... Okay, there's no electrical work here. I feel like the only thing they're actually missing is more storyline. But, you know, you have the Gulsimal, and that adds this really cool, you know, puzzle aspect to things. And then you have... yes, here we go. You have... I'm getting too focused on this. Okay, so that was that. Oh, over here. I missed this one. Alright, there we go. So this gets us a lot of money here. Yep. Alright, so let's go to bed and start... Oh, there we go. All right, so let's go to bed and start a new day, and then we'll call. I'll do like a quick talking points thing. They haven't done anything new with the carnival. That's kind of sad. But yeah, we'll get into that in a minute. Children were playing in a green meadow. When you joined them, they all knew who you were. Your sanity has been healed. I still remember most, if not all of those. All right. Yeah, you don't scare me. Shut up. First time bonus. Oh, I want to do that. Guess the first time bonus. All right, we're going to do that just for the bonus. Shut up. Let's see, 13 and 3. And you want change because you're a horrible person. Get out of my shop. Ooh, wheel replacement. I have not done this either. I'm sure it's not going to be anything special. It'll probably be just as simple as the propeller and the gearbox repair, but you know, funny enough, I haven't had to do any engine repair yet, which is odd. That was something that was pretty regular when they first added that. Alright, so we are completely done with all the trash. See if there's anything to steal. I love that we can just steal crap from people. They klepto the crap out of their stuff and they don't even care. Then we sell it. Yep. So it's basically the same thing as the propeller. The animations are nice. I mean, the animations are actually really nice. I've definitely seen that they have very much updated the graphics and made the game look much better. And more importantly, the game runs significantly better now. Everything is so freaking smooth with this. It's insane. And they've really done a great job at enhancing the gameplay and adding a nice variety of things like this. The barnacles on the ceiling and the barnacles underneath the ship, you know, that you got to go diving for. They've really done a nice job with this, and it's refreshing because so many times you have issues with people doing early access and then milking it or just abandoning it, and it really annoys me. Oh, that blue scraper, that means we got barnacles underwater. So you'll get to see that here. Whoop. And then he takes us to the Gulsimer, or Gulsimal, or whatever it's called. But you can see that there's still a nice variety of things to do. Okay, and that's all the trash. And then we're going to come over here. We're going to take care of all this. And yeah, you see how there's the white scraper, and that shows that we have the barnacles on the top side of the ship. And then you have the blue that shows we have 5 barnacles on the bottom side of the ship. And then we have to fix the radar. I really honestly do miss the jazz. I think them getting rid of the jazz and doing that's kind of annoying, to be honest with you. There's just sometimes that the classic, you know, just keeping stuff classic and goofy. That was kind of one of the things that I liked about the game, was just kind of its goofiness, you know. But as you can see, there's a little bit of issue there with the animation not playing. Oh, I gotta go up for air. I do not want to get turned into ocean salsa. Alright, there we go. We are done. Those are some big old sharks there. I did not see those. Look at all the stuff that we got to sell at our shop now. Hopefully we have enough time for one more to come through. 4 starfish. Yep, let's go ahead and take that. Hurry up. So that was 4. Payment. Alright, leave. And then you want 12. Nice. Let's get that and go. Alright, let's get this ship. And this will be the last one for the day. And then I'll talk about what I like, what I'd like to see, and improvements, and, you know, all that stuff. But it's neat that we got to do some of the new stuff, and you got to see me do the... Got to see me do 2 of the repairs that I haven't done before. Okay. Looks like that one electrical out there. And this is where I've found a an issue. Oh wait, nope, this is light bulb. I did find... Nice. I did find that when there's been like the split wires, it already has the white tape on it, so that animation is gone. And again, I don't know if that's because I'm playing an old game with, you know, an old save with a new update, or if that's just an issue with the update. And I kind of don't want to start over again because, you know, I'm getting ready to go into the Lollipop Chainsaw, and I just don't want to take on all this investment here, you know. So maybe what I'll do, because there's other games I want to play, so maybe what I'll do is, well, we'll talk about stuff in a second. But yeah, as you can see, I think the graphics are a lot nicer. And, you know, I'm playing at 1440. I got higher texture resolution, all that good stuff, you know. So I think that, like, the frame rate and the smoothness of the gameplay is really well done. Yeah, there we go. So, yeah. Here's the thing. I think that they changed up the game well enough in streamlining things and making the game easier to accomplish things and not have to do things like manage your inventory. Everything's right here instead of on the shelves, which is a very nice thing. And when you go to the shop and you buy, you know, they go right into your inventory, which is a really cool aspect. And then, you know, when you come here and buy, you know, the buy the well, it doesn't show me my things, but when you buy the licenses, you know, it's as easy as it was. You have all of your upgrades, and then, you know, I was already maxed out on everything except for this, which is your breathing, your increased oxygen capacity underwater. So I went ahead and maxed that out because I had plenty of skill points. And I redid this. So what I like is, again, they cleaned up the graphics. They made the game look more vibrant, but keeping that campy, cell shaded, drawn, illustrated kind of look to things. And keeping the kind of creepy factor, the playful but creepy factor of things. They streamline or smoothed out the gameplay, so it's way more efficient, way smoother. Everything's just more pleasurable. They have the totally new fishing, which completely changes how you interact with that. You have the shipyard maintenance simulation aspect of this game that has been evolved with more ships, more issues, new way of interacting with what calls you're going to get, and it just keeps that lively while also having the ability to go to the Gulsimal, and you have a puzzle game there, and then you have the carnival where you can get prizes, which is neat. But right now they haven't made any updates to it outside of the the gypsy who will tell you things, the fortune teller gypsy who will tell you things about, certain items, whether it's, that you found like on ships and stuff like that. And, I'd like to see an expansion. I'd like to see the growth to the environments more, because adding the town center, adding that little fishing area is nice, giving you more environments to interact with. I would like to see them expand on the carnival and add more of a need to go there in late stage gaming, late stage of the game. I definitely want to see more of the story, but all in all, the gameplay is really fun. The different elements of it to keep you engaged, and the fact that days go by pretty quickly, so you can just sit here and just grind and not feel bored, is really nice. And the fact that they are doing all these updates and doing really cool stuff of like, I'm not in any way, shape, or form, restricted to how I enter the water. I can just beep, and there you go. And then to get out, the only thing is I got to find a ladder, but I got one there, and one there. So there's plenty of ways to find a ladder. And then you still have your fishing area here, and it still shows you all the stuff that you've collected, so, and you still have him take you to the Gulsimal, and, you still have some issues like how many times have I gotten that letter and it's still there, or how many times have I gotten that letter and it's still there. There's still some bugs, but the thing is for it being early access, having all these different elements, that keep you engaged, having these updates that are showing that the developer actually gives a crap is really cool. Because again, so many times, it's like Dead District. That game seemed cool as crap at first, and then, it's just been dead in the water, and then there's the knockoff No One Survived, which uses the same assets and just carbon copies the Dead District, but it's broken, like it's barely playable. And then you have like the Fun Pimps with 7 Days to Die, where they milked the shit out of early access for like 15 years before they actually came out with the final release, and then it's been updated twice with 2 major updates that vastly changed the game. It's like, dude, your game is still freaking early access, stop lying. It still looks the way it's looked for like 8 years. It still plays the same. It's still, well, 7 Days to Die, every time I see an update, it's like that narcissistic girl that you used to date, and y'all break up, and it's really toxic. You'd break up, and then she'd come back, and then, you'd be dumb and take her back, and then she starts her bullshit again, gaslighting you, manipulating you, lying to you, probably cheating on you, all that stuff, and then you break up, and then she comes back. And that's the way I look at 7 Days to Die. But this game I really like. Where is this guy? With his perversion. Stop breathing in my ear, freak. I told you I'd help you out. I don't know what your problem is. So there's a lot of really good positive things to it. So far, in the like 2 hours I've played from this update, I haven't seen any issues with the engines. I haven't seen bent rails that I have to hammer back into shape. I haven't seen many of the communications things or the radar fixing. There's bugs for some things that like were electrical tape on the wire. There's some issues like that. Let me save this and then come back and see if we get a ghost ship. If not, then I'll just wrap this up. No, we're not going to get a ghost ship. Oh well. But, with the ghost ships and the little puzzles that you have to, get, and then you can get different, artifacts and things like that. A lot of cool stuff. But I have noticed, and again, I don't know if it's because I'm playing an old save on a new update or if it's part of the new update, but I have noticed some issues with the two haunted ships that I got where some things weren't registering, and then I'd save it back out to the main menu, then load back in, and it would happen again, or it would fix, and I could play again. But overall, I love this game. We're going to go on the Lollipop Chainsaw. After that, I'm probably going to go on to another classic game that I want to play, that I love. And of course, I've still got Soldier of Fortune 2 to wrap up. So I'll come back to this game periodically. I don't think I'm going to do a series on it. I don't think I want us to do a new start, I think I'll wait till like I'm done with Lollipop Chainsaw, the other game, and Soldier of Fortune. And if there's a major update after that, then I'll maybe do a new Let's Play of this. If there's not, then I'm planning to play Elder Scrolls Oblivion Game of the Year Edition on the Xbox 360. But yeah, that will do it for now. I love this game. It's such a really cool game. It honestly is, and I can't wait to see where it expands and how it continues to develop. I think the developers are doing something really cool here, and yeah, we'll periodically revisit this for an episode or two. Just to see where everything's going when there is updates. But that'll do it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. Next up, we're going on to Lollipop Chainsaw. So let's get it. Have a good one.